Hey guys, welcome to Heart to Talk, the podcast. I am the host and creator, Teresa Caesar. My intention for this podcast is to deliver to you wisdom, inspiration, and consciousness through solo episodes and conversations amongst insightful people. It is my greatest honor to bring to you talks that come from the heart. Hey, beautiful souls. I'm so excited to drop a short and sweet episode about a topic I'm super excited about, and that is daily rituals. And I just felt called to share with you something I started to implement. One thing that is so important to know is the things that you do every day, especially first thing, are going to really not only set the tone for your day, set the tone for your week, your month, your years, your life. The micro things, the choices, the habits make up the future. And so that's why I'm so huge on ritual, the daily practices and habits that really help me, I like to say, be the creator of my destiny. I'm not on autopilot. I'm taking control of the wheel. A lot of people ask, like, what do you do? What's your rituals? A lot of people are very curious. Oh my gosh, how do you do it? And it's really about being structured, right? So I'm very structured on Sundays. I've talked about it on previous episodes. I call them sacred Sundays. I literally write out the must get done things, the bills to be paid, the appointments to be made. But then I also write the goals I have in health, in my business, and with my children. Your day and your weeks should have all the things that are the most important to you that make your life feel fulfilled, purposeful, and connected. And that's so important because if we get really focused on the productivity and the must-dos, that's when we feel burnt out, disconnected, and unmotivated. So that's really important. That's a key to this. But each morning when I wake up, I light my candle and I literally write, what are the needle movers for the day? I got to work today, get a sports physical appointment made. And then I started to implement for the mindfulness section because I get bored sometimes of my same old routines. I used to write 3 affirmations, 5 to 10 gratitudes. And of course, I always pull from my affirmation deck, sometimes 1, 2 affirmations, sometimes 3. But what I started to implement is the Power 9, which was created by Lori Harder. So if you don't know who Lori Harder is, she's literally my favorite podcast. She also has created this incredible skincare you could drink called Glossy. She's just freaking amazing, authentic, and I just resonate with her so much. She talks about her daily practice and ritual is the Power 9. Within the Power 9, it's 3 things you're grateful for. It is 3 things you're excited for and 3 things you're manifesting. So I started to do this with myself because I was kind of getting bored of my other ritual. So I was like, I'm going to try this new ritual. But it's so powerful because it forces you to really focus on gratitude, the things that you're excited about, because we're always so focused on what hasn't got done yet, what I'm still missing, the lack in our lives. And then the manifesting forces you to get clarity. And for myself, even though I feel like I'm a powerful manifester, I'm constantly manifesting, it forced me to get really clear and solidify. But it's even more powerful when you do it with a partner. So I invite you to do it with a partner or a very close friend. And you want to make sure it's a trusted inner circle person that's not going to be negative. Because when you start to talk about the things you're excited about and what you're manifesting, you definitely want to protect that high vibe and that energy, anything that's going to be negative, and lower that vibration or vision. So I did this with an incredible friend of mine, someone I'm super close with, and it was easy for them to be the things they're grateful for, the things they're excited about. But when it came to the manifestation piece, this person was like, it's interesting. I'm not really manifesting anything. So this is where I felt called to do this episode, because I think a lot of times we're not even clear or even know what we want, or we do, but we haven't really put it into a sentence. We haven't shared it with one person that we trust that can maybe hold us accountable. And so the point of this is, if you don't know what you're working towards or what you want to bring to fruition to manifest, then you're not living consciously. You're on autopilot, right? Unless you're okay, and you're I've manifested everything. But there's always still something, because we are growing, and growing is life. To grow and to evolve means you're living. The people that stop growing, I do believe, inside you just start to wither. You just die when you stay stuck in all you've ever done. This system set up to, I'm going to retire and do nothing unless you have a hobby or something you're creative at. We are meant to grow. So I just challenge you to think about, what are the things that you want? Start there. You've got to start with desire. Is it a relationship? Is it health? Is it prosperity? And then just make that clear statement for yourself. Write it down and then find that person to share it with. It's just such a game changer. When you commit to one daily practice by yourself or with someone else, that allows you to connect with yourself, your life, with those around you and the world around you. And I'm just so excited for you all to share the power of 9 with those you love and those that are closest to you, to just see how your connection deepens, to just see transformation. When you're going on a walk, you can talk about A, B, C, D, but when you're on a walk with your partner and you start to bring these things up, such a game changer. You start to learn about the things that they deeply want. And you might think, although you're close to someone, you realize, wow, I didn't realize that they really want this, or they're creating this in their life. And then same thing with your kids. As a matter of fact, I'm going to start doing this with my kids as well. So as we wrap up, I'm going to share with you my Power 9 for today, what I wrote in my journal. And so the first thing, the 3 things I'm grateful for is I'm honestly grateful that I had an incredible night's sleep. I am so grateful for the love I have in my life. I was thinking about it this week, like how different my relationships are and who's in my life and the closeness, like my kids. I just felt just gratitude for the love. Love is just amazing in my life right now. And I'm honestly grateful for never giving up, for always showing up for myself when I'm tired, when it's hard, when it's scary. And then the next is the 3 things I'm excited about. I'm excited that my kids will be coming back. It's my weekend with the kids. I am excited that I have a few fun trips in October. I'm super excited about that. And I'm actually really excited. I'm going to be hosting this incredible event called Boot Up with a Boo. I feel just so honored to be asked by Pastor Donna Walker, who is leading this in collaboration with Dr. Monisha Porter. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to be doing an episode with them coming up. So stay tuned for that about this event, Boot Up with a Boo. And anyways, more to come on that. So I'm excited to be their host and MC of the event. This event's going to be October 25th from 9 a.m. to 2. And then what I'm manifesting, because my manifestations are just so deeply in the works and very deeply personal, I won't share them yet because I'm waiting for them to come to fruition. It's kind of like saying silent moves, loud results. That is my Power 9, excluding my 3 manifestations because they're just in this sacred process right now. The other ritual I want to share is the card pulling from my powerful signature affirmation deck. All these affirmations I've created for myself over time because I needed to think a new thought, believe in a possibility, and that belief has allowed me to become who I am and I'm still becoming. And so then when I turned it into a reality and a tangible product that people can buy, talk about a manifestation. This was one of the things I've manifested. I remember just being like, one day, 3 years ago, I dream of having a card deck, and it came true in the right time and all that. So anyways, so what I'm going to do with you all though, I'm going to, sorry if you hear this shuffling, I ask you to just think about a question you have in your heart. If you want clarity or direction, or what do you feel called you must believe in today or for the week, I'm going to be drawing 2 cards from this deck. Okay. And I want you to just hold an intention. All right. So I have card A, and then I also have card B. Now I do this on Instagram stories, and it's always easier because it's like a visual. Visualize that I pulled 2 cards from my affirmation deck. So I have card A and B. So now in your mind, what's the first card that you feel called to choose? Is it A or B? So pick a card or B. And now I'm going to read to you what affirmation A is. I'm turning every situation in my favor. So if you chose card A, your affirmation is I'm turning every situation in my favor. So how you do that is you say it to yourself, write it down, and remember it, because you might be called to lean into this sometime during your day. Or maybe there's a situation in your life and you maybe are upset about, you feel victimized, but how can you turn it in your favor? Turning every situation in your favor is making it for your benefit. So if there's a job loss or a relationship loss, you're like, wow, it's for me to apply for that job that's going to be better for me, more money, take me to a new level. The relationship ending, this is an opportunity for me to love myself even more. So I love this affirmation. I actually created a podcast on this. So if this is your card pull, look back through my episodes and look up how to turn every situation in your favor. Now, if you chose card B, that is, I honor myself for where I am now and bless where I'm going. So if you chose card B, your affirmation is, I honor myself for where I am now and bless where I'm going. I love this affirmation. So that you're being called to just celebrate yourself, like where you are now. Think about how many times, and I think I talked about it earlier on this episode, we're always striving but feeling like we're never arriving, right? We're so focused on the future, on an outcome. I'm going to be happier when this happens. I'll feel better. But it's like, honor where you are. Look at the steps and the things that you had to go through to get to where you are. So sit in that. It's going to force you to lean into gratitude. I honor myself for the resilience. I've done so many things, but that doesn't mean I can't be excited about a future. Simultaneously, you're being called with this affirmation to be simultaneously in both energies, to be like, I love where I'm at. I've succeeded. I am success now, right? But I bless where I'm going, because I know the seeds that I have planted are going to blossom. They're going to flourish. So I bless where I'm going, because you might not know all the hows and the full picture of the path to get to that where you are going. But if you are consciously choosing your days, your choices, your habits, and being really clear about what you're manifesting, you're going to know where you want to go. It gives you direction. It's your North Star. Circling back to knowing what it is that you want and knowing what it is that you want to bring to fruition. So powerful. A, I am turning every situation in my favor. And B, I honor myself for where I am now and bless where I'm going. I love these affirmations. Because you are a listener of this podcast, you get 15% off if you use promo code podcast at checkout. When you go to my website, teresacaesar.com, go to affirmation decks. At checkout, use promo code podcast. Also, that is in the show notes. Life-changing when you add the pulling a card or 2 or 3 daily to just guide your choices for the day, your beliefs, your energy. It's like I say, I don't tune into my phone. I don't tune into my fears. I tune into my future self. I tune into my empowered self with the rituals. And that is the fastest way to do it, is pulling an affirmation, pulling out the 3 gratitudes, the 3 things you're excited about, and the 3 things you're manifesting. I invite you to join me on making it your simple everyday ritual, your affirmations, and in the Power 9 that was created by one of my favorite podcasters, authors, and founders, Lori Harder. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed this episode and I hope you found so much value. Make sure to follow this podcast so that you can get notifications when I drop a new episode, and also leave a review. Would love to hear feedback of what it is about the show that you like, any takeaways. Just love to hear from you all. You can DM me on Instagram at I am Teresa Caesar anytime for show topics or even questions, like ask Teresa anything. If you send me a DM and ask a question and it's not inappropriate, I will definitely bring your name into the show if you want, or you can say, actually keep me anonymous and I'll bring it up in the show. That's kind of a new thing I wanted to start implementing. So again, ask Teresa anything, DM me, connect with me, use the power of 9 and use those daily affirmations. Until next time, beautiful souls, have an incredible day. Thank you so much for tuning into this episode. Please download, rate, subscribe, and share this podcast. Also, be sure to visit my website at teresacaesar.com to check out my inspirational merch, connect to my social accounts, and much more. May you continue to be filled with wisdom, inspiration, and consciousness. Otherwise, friends, I will be back for another episode of Heart to Talk.